Hello and welcome to Rev Sports. I'm Gargi Raut, and now the most anticipated match of the T20 World Cup is. Okay, yes, thank you for muting yourself. There's a bit of an echo. Okay, the most anticipated match of the T20 World Cup now hanging by a thread. And this time the plea is not coming from the administration in Dubai or even the broadcasters in Mumbai, but from Colombo. From what we've heard, Sri Lanka Cricket has written an appeal to the Pakistan Cricket Board urging Pakistan to reconsider reports that it will boycott the February 15 clash against India. For Sri Lanka, this isn't about a fixture, okay? It's about livelihood, it's about tourism, it's about trust. And of course, there's also a shared history that we've seen where Sri Lanka has stood by Pakistan when only a handful others would have. Tickets are sold out for that match, hotels are booked, the world is expected to come to Colombo, especially the tourism that they will get from India. And yet statements from Shehbaz Sharif have now cast a shadow over what was meant to be a celebration of cricket. Tonight, of course, in this video we are asking, is this still about principle or has it become about responsibility? And joining me today is Debashish Sen, Vaibhav Tripathi, and Shomik Chakrabarti. Shomik, I'll start with you. We have the letter that Sri Lanka Cricket has sent to PCB. We know what is written in it, but can you give our viewers a detailed account of what really went down when that letter was sent?
The first thing, Gargi, that letter was sent by the Sri Lanka cricket president to Pakistan Cricket Board chair, Mohsin Naqvi. And if you go through the letter, I think the operative para is the last one, wherein the Sri Lanka cricket is reminding Pakistan that uh, during hard times when when other teams were not traveling to Pakistan due to security reasons, and you can never forget that Lahore bus attack, Sri Lankan players they went through and everything. So they sort of reminded Pakistan Cricket Board how Sri Lankan Cricket Board sent a team. They played in Pakistan despite high security threats, despite history. And now it is time for Pakistan to reciprocate. Whether they will do it or not, we don't know. But see, at this moment in time, the entire Pakistan cricket, be it Mohsin Naqvi, be it Shehbaz Sharif, when he is wading into cricket, despite saying खेल के मैदान में सियासत नहीं आना चाहिए, they are operating in a moral vacuum. Now, we there is a school of thought that the Bangladesh general elections is an issue which is on February 12th. Let's see. Now there is an overture from the Sri Lankan Cricket Board's part. I was having a discussion with someone in Pakistan yesterday. Cannot name him for obvious reasons. And I asked him, now that Prime Minister has said we are not playing, isn't it all over in terms of the 15th February game? Because it is earlier. It was a tweet from the government angle. Now the highest executive of the country has said that we are not playing the India game. Now, is there any room for backtracking? Because if they do so, then the prime minister loses entire credibility. What I am told that these politicians, are very good at changing narratives. You never know. Close to the match, they might say that in the larger interest. And now the Sri Lankan missive has come. SLC missive has come. They showing our solidarity with the cricket fans in Sri Lanka. They can backtrack. They can change their decision. So after that, I think there is a little bit of room. You never know. Pakistan Cricket Board is keeping everyone on the tenterhooks, but uh, I would say that the letter from the SLC is a move in the in the positive direction.
I think this is a positive sign that we've seen, Debashish, because even if the letter was polite, it was stern, it had the right things mentioned in it. How significant do you think it is that Sri Lanka cricket has chosen to make this appeal, and the fact that it's now gone public, multiple people have put out that letter, has been leaked from the Sri Lanka Cricket Board. But what are your thoughts about this? How significant is this letter?
Yeah, very significant.
Sorry.
I think it's a very significant. Can you mute yourself? Yeah, I think it's a very significant move on the part of Sri Lankan cricket to send the letter, and obviously, but whether the Pakistan Cricket Board will reciprocate with Sri Lankan cricket's request, that will be interesting. But I think Pakistan, in this case, the, given that their statement from the government and also from the Prime Minister, I think they have taken a front foot. They have taken the matter too far ahead. Only whether they will backtrack and give in to Sri Lankan cricket's request, that will be interesting. But definitely, when it comes to the interest of the larger interest of the game, I think Pakistan Cricket Board should reconsider its decision to play the game against India, because the Indian team will be traveling, as was mentioned by Surya Kumar Yadav in the press conference yesterday, that the Indian team will be in Colombo. They have their tickets booked, so they will be taking on the field. Now it is up to the Pakistan cricket team to not for India, but for the interest of the game, larger interest of the game, they should play this fixture. Given that they are playing in Colombo all their matches tomorrow, they start their campaign against Netherlands. So I think good sense will prevail. Yes, and Shomikda rightly said that yes, that the Pakistan Prime Minister and with these politicians they can come up with a statement that in a mark of solidarity, we have changed our decision at the last minute. And I think that would be a good gesture from Pakistan Cricket Board by allowing their team to take on India in that match. Because clearly, when it comes to the larger interest of game, I think this should be the way forward.
Weber, I'll double down on this last paragraph from that letter. We've all read the details of the letter and know exactly what is written in it. But this little paragraph, in which it says, in this context, we respectfully recall that Sri Lanka cricket and the Sri Lanka national team have on several occasions toured Pakistan and participated in international fixtures, notwithstanding exceptionally challenging and sensitive circumstances. How are you interpreting this? Because I think this was the most important paragraph of that entire letter. Everything else basically was a plea that, we'll be severely affected if you do not travel, or if you do end up boycotting the game against India. But this little paragraph says a lot.
And definitely, it says a lot, and there is a good reason why they have said it, why they have mentioned it. I'm not going back to that terrorist attack which happened, that bus attack. Just in a recent history, last year November, when Sri Lanka toured Pakistan for the series, white ball series, then there was an suicide bomb attack in Islamabad, and in the same city Sri Lankan players were staying. And then the players got frightened. A bunch of players, they conveyed their decision to Sri Lanka cricket that they want to go back home because they don't feel safe in Islamabad. At that time, Mohsin Naqvi went to the hotel. He assured the players, he assured the head coach of the team, Sanat Jasuria, that security measures are there, you don't worry, everything will be taken care of. And then Sri Lanka cricket, although players like Charit Asalanka was keen to head back, and along with him there were few players who were keen to go back to home because they were not feeling safe. Then Sri Lanka cricket said that if players are going to boycott this tour or they will go back home, then there will be implications, then there will be a formal review. So they threatened, Sri Lanka cricket threatened their own players that there will be a formal review if players head back to home. So this is how they sort of indicated their hand, lend their support to Pakistan cricket when there was a terrorist attack in recent past, like 2 months back. And if you go back in 2019, then Sri Lanka was the first nation to travel to Pakistan to play international cricket. That was the resumption of international cricket back in Pakistan after many years, after so many years. It was not Bangladesh, it was not any other nation, it was Sri Lanka. So time and time again, Sri Lanka cricket has given support to Pakistan, and I think in this case, Sri Lanka cricket has given a sort of floater or sort of a lifeguard to Pakistan cricket. Now they can use this as a reason that Sri Lanka are our friendly neighbors, so they can take a U-turn on their position, saying because Sri Lanka and Pakistan share a good relationship, we are brothers, we are friendly neighbors. So just for their sake, so that they don't suffer loss, we are going to play against India. So this is a life-saving opportunity for Pakistan cricket that Sri Lanka cricket has provided. I think they should take it from both ends.
Bharat Ramraj also joins here. Bharat, what do you think of this letter? Sri Lanka cricket doubling down on Pakistan, but as Shomik and the other panelists have also mentioned, now with the Prime Minister coming out and saying that we will not be playing the game against India, do you think there's any space, or do you think there's any possibility of Pakistan Cricket Board backtracking on their decision in the interest of world cricket?
Once the Prime Minister himself has again reiterated the fact that they're not going to play the match against India, then if Pakistan backtrack from that situation, then they don't have much. Then they can't really save their face, in the sense that your Prime Minister himself has said it publicly that they are not going to play the match. But with Pakistan, you never know. Hopefully, they will do it. But once your Prime Minister himself has come and publicly said it, then I think it would take some doing for Pakistan to backtrack from that situation and then tell that yes, we are going to play the match against India. See, the letter from Sri Lanka, that's kind of expected because obviously Sri Lanka SLC also will suffer lots of huge losses if India Pakistan match doesn't take place. It's not just SLC, a lot of associates, a lot of other countries. Yes, England, ECB will survive. Cricket Australia will survive if India Pakistan match doesn't happen. But a lot of other countries, including West Indies, including South Africa, New Zealand, or for the matter associates, they will all suffer. So from cricket's point of view, hopefully they will play that game against India. But that's what I just go back to that same point that your Prime Minister has come and publicly told that that they won't play the match. So from that situation, if Pakistan agreed to agree and play that game against India, then it will be a sort of embarrassment for them.
Shomik, continuing on that, the letter, again, that last paragraph that we've all read, can Pakistan cricket at this point afford to forget acts of solidarity when decisions like this are made? Surely they should not.
Gargi, just for a moment, go beyond that last paragraph. There is the mention of Sri Lankan government in that letter, and that might provide as a masterstroke, because when Sri Lankan cricket is mentioning the government and the involvement of the government, and this government thing has been first, first this Mohsin Naqvi honey tongued it to Pakistan government, and then the statement from Shehbaz Sharif came. And now that the very mention of Sri Lankan government, Pakistan might run the risk of falling foul with the Sri Lankan government, because the tourism is involved. It is not about the game on the field. A lot of things are involved. And that Sri Lankan economy is largely dependent on tourism. A lots of Indian people go there, and not only India, a lots of people from different parts of the world, and they have already booked tickets for that game. Be it an Australian, be it someone from England, so they go there. So this tourism sector, and that might hurt the Sri Lankan economy. And if that happens, the Sri Lankan government has every right to take exception to Pakistan decision, because you are playing at a neutral venue. You are not going anywhere. You are not going to a place of India's choice. You are playing at a neutral venue, and you are already here to play the remaining group league matches. So from that point of view, that the very mention of the government, Sri Lankan government, might have put the Pakistan government, Mr. Shehbaz Sharif and his cabinet, in a bit of a catch-22 situation. At the end of the day, we all know Shehbaz Sharif too might not have the last word, because you know who runs the country in Pakistan, who runs the country, because the prime minister is sort of a puppet, and the real power lies with someone else, with the establishment. So from that point of view, how they will react to it, but that very mention of the government, the Sri Lankan government, might have put the Pakistan government in a catch-22 situation.
Definitely, I think that's a great point that you're bringing up there, because Sri Lanka will also not hesitate from bringing in politics if that's what PCB is doing. Obviously, we know that when Pakistan says that we want to stand with Bangladesh, that's obviously solidarity beyond the cricket field. There's also a lot of politics involved there. Devashish, there's a comment here by Web of Taraki. He's saying, for what miracle ICC is waiting for now to release an official statement? Pak Prime Minister has clearly mentioned that they won't play on the 15th, etc., etc. But Devashish, it seems to be like the common sentiment in the public is anger. It seems like they want PCB to be taken down right now by the ICC. But that's not the thing. The priority is not taking down Pakistan Cricket Board. The priority is world cricket. The priority is making sure that these fixtures happen. What are your thoughts?
First of all, Vaibhav, it is until and unless PCB officially communicate to ICC, ICC cannot take a stand. Means, let's make it clear, it has that there has to be an official communication from Pakistan Cricket Board stating that they are not playing the match against India on February 15th. So let us just put it straight, and then obviously whether ICC will take action, that is for a later thing. But the the first official communication will come from the ICC. Won't act what the government says or what the Pakistan Prime Minister will say. So that is pretty clear, and obviously there's a bit of angst among the general public. We are here in Mumbai, and obviously there are talks clearly that ISIS should act on Pakistan. There is obviously there is a strong what to say anger against the Pakistan cricket team, the way they are involving politics into cricket. But let me just take you back. Means obviously when it comes to politics and cricket, clearly once again yesterday after Pakistan's Prime Minister's comment, we saw a Facebook post of Bangladesh sports advisor Asif Nazrul. He, in a Facebook post, he thanked Pakistan. Asif Nazrul thanked Pakistan for its prime minister to coming out and saying that in a mark of solidarity towards Bangladesh cricket, Pakistan will not play its fixture against India. So clearly, a lot of political thing is involved with cricket, and that is the sad part when it comes to this entire topic. So, and I would also say that with Sri Lankan cricket president Samir Silva writing to PCB, and also in that letter, the government is there is a mention of the Sri Lankan government as well. So clearly, when it comes to Pakistan government, they are garnering support of, in this case, Bangladesh, and obviously it would rather they won't like to waste the time to get the support of Sri Lanka as well. When it comes to subcontinent cricket. See, in this case they only have the support of Bangladesh cricket at this moment, because clearly in the ICC board meeting also it was all exposed. There was a unanimous decision at 14:2 when ICC board decided that there won't be a relocation of match for the Bangladesh team. So clearly, Pakistan government in this case, because the government has been doing all the talking so far. It is not the PCB that has communicated anything officially to ICC, so it's a government basically, and Mohsin Naqvi himself is a interior minister. So clearly, Pakistan government, or rather Mohsin Naqvi, would love to garner the support of Sri Lankan cricket by reciprocating their request, because Sri Lankan cricket has always backed Pakistan cricket, be it sending their team in 2019. So this is a perfect case scenario for Pakistan Cricket Board to reciprocate to Sri Lankan cricket's request by playing the match against India. So clearly, a lot of politics. You may argue that, but clearly politics is being dragged in this whole issue. So clearly, Sri Lankan government, Pakistan government, Bangladesh government, all the governments are getting involved into this whole thing, and that is not good for the game because you don't. The last thing you want is to involve politics into sports, and that is it is not a good sign. Gargi.
You are on the same page as Mosim Naqvi. Uh, but extra, no, XTAR SRV is saying Pakistan Cricket Board have already posted in the official handle. What are you guys even talking about? It wasn't the Pakistan Cricket Board, it was the government of Pakistan. If it had come from the Pakistan Cricket Board, then that would have been a completely different case. And the other thing that you're forgetting is that the ICC did issue a statement after the government of Pakistan made that tweet. So everything has been noted here. ICC is not acting weak. ICC is acting in the best interest of world cricket and the T20 World Cup. See, that's the difference. I understand where the public is coming from, Weber. Obviously, after everything that's happened, you also know that when it comes to public sentiment, obviously they do not look at cricket in a vacuum. They're also looking at the fact that in the past 12 months there have been terror attacks, there have been lives lost in India because of Pakistan, and all of this that sort of let's say tarnishes it's already a tarnished image for Pakistan, but it also affects their view of cricket as well. But at this point, again, we're coming back to the fact that if the boycott happens, it's SLC that goes down the drain, it's world cricket that is affected, thousands of fans will be affected, and of course what happens to relations between the cricket boards in the subcontinent is another major factor that we're not talking about yet.
Definitely, I think I have talked about this in one of the shows that when there were calls of Pakistan boycotting the India game, I said that it can sour the relations between the two cricketing boards, SLC and PCB, just for the reason that because Sri Lankan cricket will suffer because if India Pakistan game doesn't happen because the game is scheduled on their soil, it is scheduled to be played in Colombo, not anywhere else. So broadcaster will obviously suffer, but the it will be a big hit, financial hit to Sri Lanka Cricket Board because they know this will garner more viewers than any other World Cup game that they are going to host. And from a cricketer's point of view, I think Wasim Akram has said, a lot of Pakistani cricketers have said in public that cricketers will suffer. Whether it is from Bangladesh, they are already out of the tournament, or Pakistan, cricketers will suffer. And this is where you don't want we know ki what is the current state of Indian cricket and Pakistan cricket. We are country miles ahead of them when it comes to the on field play. The record suggests that, but even when it has sort of become a one sided affair when where India is dominating the rivalry, still people turn out in big numbers, whether it especially from the Pakistani side. Obviously India gets the support anywhere they play, but from the Pakistan point of view, even though they have not been winning a lot of games against India, still the fans come out to support their players. And the players also have that in themselves that they also want to win games. They also want to beat India. So I think Colombo provides that opportunity for Pakistan players, to at least have a chance to beat it. Because see, on flat wickets, it is now next to impossible for Pakistan to beat India. But Colombo provides those conditions as well. From a cricketing point of view, I'm talking about that Colombo provides that ideal conditions. Pakistan's spin attack has been the second best spin attack after India. If you look at post Asia Cup records, say that. So Colombo provides the ideal conditions where Pakistan can at least challenge India. In flat Indian conditions, it wouldn't have been possible, but in Colombo, it can. So if Pakistan boycotts that game, then that Pakistan players will be deprived of that opportunity to pose that challenge and even get a win over India. This is the opportunity. Every time you play, you have an opportunity because you don't play bilaterals. This is where in multinational events in front of your fans, Colombo, you will have Pakistani fans, obviously. So if that game doesn't happen, it's a loss for the Pakistan fans. It's a loss for the Pakistan cricketers as well. So high time Pakistan government understands. And now this is where I like, because this letter has been sent. Now because it until now Pakistan government was driving the whole issue. Now Sri Lankan government will also come into the picture, and this will make it a political issue. And then Sri Lankan government will say that time and time again we have lent our hands in support to you. Now it has time for you to give us, to repay us with the same support, because this is the least we are demanding. It is a neutral venue. India are coming. India have no problems in playing against you. Even though a lot has happened on the Indian soil in the last 1 year, India can also come and say that we don't want to play Pakistan, whether it's Colombo or anywhere else. But if India is coming to Colombo, if India doesn't want to forfeit the match, you also don't do that, because it will be ultimately, it will we will suffer. Sri Lankan cricket will suffer. Your fans will suffer. Your cricketers will also suffer. So I think whole it is a loss for everyone, the boards involved, ICC, fans, cricketers. So I think now Pakistan, as I said earlier, it has the life jacket given by the Sri Lanka cricket to take a U-turn, citing that Sri Lankan cricket
Yeah.
will suffer. That's why we are taking a U-turn on this matter.
I think that's a good point. And Goldmonk here is saying, if it was not official and just a tweet, why did ICC react in the first place? See, we just a few minutes ago we had someone complain that ICC did not react, and now we have someone complaining that ICC did react. Everyone knows PCB stand, but the BCCI and the ICC, that's utter shame. See, that's not the thing. We're with uh, everyone is thinking about this in a little bit of an emotional point of view. That's not how it goes. There are procedures to be followed, and this is an international governing body. This is not gully cricket ki kisi ne kuch bol diya, so I will react and go beat him up. That's not how it works. There are procedures to be followed. There are back channel negotiations as well. We have reported on it, and now with Sri Lanka's appeal as well, I think there's a lot of pressure that will be felt by the Pakistan Cricket Board. Shomik, final 5 minutes on the show. Your thoughts on Pakistan from here on? Like Vaibhav said, does this give Pakistan that safety net to say, okay, we're going to turn it around just for Sri Lanka?
Gargi, I will not say safety net because see what they have been doing. It is a political posturing, but it is a political posturing. It is an incoherent political posturing because Pakistan's demand, I mean Pakistan's decision to boycott this game fails on its own terms. Bangladesh at least had some logic in terms of after Mustafizur Rahman's removal from the uh, IPL, they at least had something in their on their side. But Pakistan have been operating in a moral vacuum, and from that point of view, but they are sticking to the stand. They are sticking to the stand, and it is the political decision. Now, what Pakistan will do? We have been discussing about whether they will notify the ICC regarding the boycott if they go on, they go ahead with the decision. Now, see, it is also a little bit tricky, given that the as per the as per the clauses of the MPA, Pakistan Cricket Board is bound to notify the ICC about selective participation. That is the thing, and they will have to. Then again, Pakistan's counter logic is now that you have reacted to the government tweet, which means you have already taken note of it. So, in turn, by default, our stand has been notified. My personal, and this is completely my personal view, and I just want to reiterate that this is completely my personal view. Maybe, just maybe, ICC should have waited rather than issuing that press release on the heels of on the heels of the tweet from the Pakistan government. They should have waited. They should have waited for the Pakistan Cricket Board to officially communicate to them because they are legally bound to do so. Now, I don't think Pakistan Cricket Board's logic would be very tenable or that holds much of water. But they still now Pakistan Cricket Board still has a point that you have reacted to it, which means by default it has been notified. So this is a bit tricky situation. Let's see how it pans out. But this once again that the very mention of Sri Lankan government in that letter from the SLC, eventually, if eventually it happens, Pakistan backtracks. Eventually, that might, and it is still an outside chance, and the odds is, I would say, 500 to 1. But if eventually it happens, that might tilt the balance uh, in a positive favor.
All right. Anit Sadhu here is saying Pakistan is also correct in their position. India disturbed their Champions Trophy. They will harm India's T20 World Cup. It is pretty clear and evident, accept it. But the match was never scheduled to happen in India. That's the thing. It was always agreed upon that it will happen on a neutral venue, that it will happen in Sri Lanka. So India is not getting affected by this at all. BCCI is not getting affected by this because BCCI is not the one organizing this event. It is ICC. So you have to understand where you're coming from. This will not do anything to India. Yes, Shamik.
Am I audible? Am I audible?
Yeah. Yeah. Not anymore because you muted yourself.
Some technical issues.
Yeah. Go ahead. No, we can't hear you. You're on mute. Give it a second. Give it a second to turn on.
Ahead.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah. So, yeah, Gargi, the thing is that the point that Anit mentioned, Anit needs to understand that the two are different. Because what India did, it was not selective participation as regards Champions Trophy. India said, no, we will not travel Pakistan at all because the country is not safe for our players, for our officials, for our support staff, for our coaching staff. So, and that came from the government directive that will not travel to Pakistan for the entire Champions Trophy. It was not a case of selective participation. Why Pakistan's boycott fails on its own terms? Pakistan are not boycotting Sri Lanka. Pakistan are not saying that we are not going to Sri Lanka. They are already in Sri Lanka. They are saying in Sri Lanka, we will not play the game against Pakistan, will not play the game against India. And the reason is that we are showing solidarity with Bangladesh. Now you cannot, because as per the ICC constitution, playing an ICC event is an obligation. So by not turning up against India, you are breaching that obligation clause. And ICC is well within its rights to take punitive action. What those action will be, because there will be arguments and counter arguments. And as I have already said, that we might very likely, if Pakistan don't turn up, we are heading into a messy legal wrangle. But the fact of the matter is that ICC will have the rights to take punitive actions against Pakistan Cricket Board.
Yep. And well, this entire debacle will continue on until the 15th of February when we will finally see whether or not Pakistan takes the field or not. Until then, we will have to continue talking about this. Devashish, Shomik, enjoy your stay in Mumbai. Uh, order some nice lunch because, like Fitmonk is saying, that what did he say? Very nice location. Order a coffee and yummy lunch. PCB ka drama to chalte rahega. So we'll see what happens with this entire thing.
But
Thank you so much.
Gargi, shall we come up with the Tufani moment prediction? Shall we come up with the
No,
Tufani moment prediction?
not for this one. But
Not for this
okay.
one.
No, no,
Okay.
no. On that note, thank you so much, everyone. Thank you, Devashish, Webab, and Shomik for joining. We'll be back very soon. If there are any updates from what happens between SLC and PCB, we'll come back and let you guys know. But for now, this is where the matter is at, and we'll give you more updates very soon. Thank you.